Namaste yogis and lovers of wellness, and welcome back to the Yogi Blair YouTube channel. It is Friday, it is February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. I am so cold here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, but today I have put together a heart opener series for you in honor of the holiday. So before we get into that, I do just want to say, if you are new to my channel, I thank you so much for being here. It truly does mean a lot to me. For every person that stops by, every subscriber, every like, every comment, every kind word, it does mean a lot. I am trying to grow this channel into something great, so I appreciate all of the support. If you don't know who I am, my name is Vanessa Blair Ferris, and I am a certified registered yoga instructor with a passion for sharing yoga and wellness with anybody that needs it, but especially those that are healing from trauma. If you're going through something, if you're dealing with a lot of negativity right now, if there's something weighing you down, I hope that my channel can be a safe haven to just come for a little while, get away from all of the garbage and all of the crap, and just enjoy a quick little bit of yoga, or hear about a skincare routine, or see some makeup, or talking about whatever other thing that involves wellness that I'm talking about. I hope that that can be just a time for you to forget about whatever it is that you might be dealing with and just enjoy something. So if you support my mission and my cause to help those healing from trauma, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Like I said, I'm really trying to grow this channel, and it means the world to me. Every subscriber, everyone that is giving me their support, it is amazing, and I thank you and I appreciate you. And other than that, we are ready to just dive right into today's video. As always, I like to remind you guys that before you start this practice, feel free to hit pause here and just take 10 cleansing breaths to help get yourself acclimated to the space that you're in. Or you are welcome to check out any of my centering videos. I'll link my latest one here, and you can go ahead, and if you prefer to have some guidance for centering, I am here for that. And once you're done either taking your cleansing breaths or doing a centering video of mine, I will also link my latest limbering video here so that you can gently just stretch the body a little bit before we start with our sun salutations. And then I have a sun salutation video linked here where you can warm up, and we will just get right into it. Let's start at the top of our mat. And just bearing in mind before we get started, I have 2 blocks, a yoga blanket, and my yoga wheel on hand for some of these heart openers. You're welcome to grab blankets, pillows, anything that might be able to support you and prop you up if you don't have these things available. So coming to the top of our mat, let's just do one sun salutation A together. Let's inhale, reach tall, reach out of the fingertips, maybe adding a slight back bend, keeping the hips in line. Exhale, find length, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, find length in the spine, hips over knees. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to your plank or your modified plank. Shift forward on the toes, lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Bhujangasana. And exhale, back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Inhale, look forward, step to the top of your mat. Exhale to fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold. Root and rise, reach tall. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold. Ring out the shoulders. Keep those hips over the knees. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Let the head hang. Inhale, find a half lift. Create that length in the spine. Keep the hips where they need to be, nice and straight. Exhale, fold. Release the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, hop or step back. And take that vinyasa. If vinyasas tend to trip you up, feel free to check out my vinyasa video where we talk about proper form and ways to help build strength in the shoulders so that we can really land
that vinyasa flow. In your down dog, bring your awareness to the chest, to the heart space. Try to let the head hang heavy. Try to melt the chest closer to the thighs. Let the shoulders roll down the back. Press into each knuckle. Inhale, lift the right leg in the air. Exhale, look forward at the hands and step the right foot through. Find a warrior one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bring the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Open the heart again. Exhale, humble warrior. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Bring your gaze 3 feet ahead of you on the floor. Come onto the ball of that back foot. Find a bound warrior 3, still opening the heart. Keep the hips square, point the left toes down. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, see if you can use control to place your left foot to your right foot for a tree pose. Keep the bind. Maybe open the heart. Release the hands, reach tall. Goalpost the arms. Open the heart. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, send that left foot back behind you for your warrior 3 without the bind. Exhale, step it behind you, high lunge. Reaching to the back of the room. Exhale, drop the knee. Untuck the toes, Anjaneyasana, sink the hips. Exhale, lower the hands behind the back once more. Interlace. You can release pointer finger and thumb if you'd like I am. Try to trace those pointer fingers down your back thigh. Release the hands, plant the left hand, reach the right arm up for a twist. We're still opening the heart here, we're stacking the shoulders. Curl the back toes, lift the back knee. See if you can come into a side plank. Walk your left hand out a little bit if you need to, and step it back. If you need to keep that left knee on your mat, you always can do that. You can always bring one foot in front of the other for a little more stability. Exhale, reach that right hand underneath. Inhale, reach it back to the sky. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, plant the right hand back down. And let's lift that right leg in the air for a 3-leg dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, cross it over. Find your fallen triangle. Reaching that left hand to the sky. We're on the pinky edge of the right foot and the big toe edge of the left foot. Lower the left hand down. Spread the fingers wide. Option to take a chaturanga push-up here. Sweep the right leg back. Open the hip. Find your wild thing. Wild things return. Back to your 3-leg dog. Lower the right foot. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Warrior 1. This side. Soften the shoulders. Turn the pinkies in to help to soften those shoulders. Send that right heel into your mat. Exhale, hands come behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Big breath in. Exhale. Baddha Hasta Virabhadrasana. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Bring your gaze 3 feet ahead. Ground into that left foot. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Slowly kick off. Virabhadrasana 3. Inhale. Come up. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Keep the bind if you can. Release the hands, reach tall. Goalpost the arms, lift the gaze, open the heart. Reach it back up. Exhale. Virabhadrasana 3. Breath in. Exhale. Ashtachandrasana, high lunge. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes. Anjaneyasana, open through the heart. Exhale, hands behind the back. This time take opposite thumb on top. Interlacing the fingers, release pointer finger and thumb. Trace the index fingers down the right thigh. Release, inhale to reach. Exhale, plant the right hand inside the left foot. Sweep the left arm up for a twist. Curl the back toes, lift the back knee, or you can keep your right knee down to find your side plank. Exhale, lower the left hand. Inhale, reach, engaging the obliques. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, lower the left hand down. Inhale back, three-leg dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep back. Exhale, cross it over. Fall in triangle. Stack your shoulders. Exhale, lower the right hand. Option to push up. Sweep it back. Open the hip. Find your wild thing if you choose. Wild things return. Back to a three-leg dog. Drop the left foot. Lower the hips. Find your child's pose. Inhale, come up through a tabletop. Take some cat-cows. Open the heart. Round through the spine. And then we'll find Anahatasana, puppy pose. The Anahata chakra is the heart chakra. So this pose is a deep heart opener. We're going to take 2 blocks if you have them. You do not need them, but they're nice to have. I like to bring mine towards the very front edge of my mat. Ground your palms to start into your blocks. Keep your hips lifted. Maybe walk your knees back if you need to. And start to just think of really melting that chest down. If you need more, come up onto your fingertips. Inhale, come up. Slowly bring the hands off of your blocks. Set your blocks off to the side. Walk your hands out. Lower onto the belly, Sphinx pose. Think of pulling the heart forward, softening from the waist down. If you need more, bring your hands towards the outer edge of your mat. Lift the forearms off, seal pose. Exhale, lower. Counter with a child's pose. Keep the knees together if you can to round through the spine. Walk the hands back, set the hips off, swing the legs around. Now we have a couple of options here. We're going to first find a bridge pose. So start to recline onto your back. And once your torso and your head make contact with your mat, walk your heels as close to your glutes as you can. We want to keep our knees over our ankles, toes facing forward, knees facing forward. And from here you have the option of using one of your blocks for a restorative bridge pose where we slide that block underneath the hips and we rest our hands at our side. If you don't want that restorative pose, you can remove the block. You can keep your hands at your side, roll your shoulders underneath you. Careful not to move the head or the neck in this pose. You can even take your fingers and interlace them underneath you for a nice heart opener here. If wheel is a part of your practice and you want to go there, you can lower out of your bridge, vertebrae by vertebrae. Grounding into those feet, we're going to take our hands and ground the palms into the mat, fingers facing towards the back edge of your mat, hands are by the ears, and we lift the hips. Now, if you are new to wheel and you don't feel quite confident in that pose just yet and you have a yoga wheel, this is a great prop to help you get into this pose. By sitting up, bringing that wheel right to the base of your spine, making sure that we ground into our feet first. Check in with those knees, make sure that they're right in line, everything's facing in the same direction. Ground into your hands and then start to lift up. And just start to feel what it feels like to bend this part of the body. With time, you'll be comfortable bringing the hands behind the back. With that support underneath you, you get to feel what it feels like to play around with walking the feet closer and further away from the body. And slowly coming out the same way you got in. And let's take a quick shoulder stand because we're going to counter with a fish pose after. But first, I always like to do shoulder stand before my fish pose. So coming back to your back, walk your heels back towards your glutes, lift one leg, lift the hips, bring your hands underneath you, and then start to lift your other foot in the air. Following along with this on a video, you want to keep your shoulder stand supported unless you are an avid yoga practitioner. There is a way to release the hands. I find that I have to really offset the balance by bringing my feet a little closer to my head. But we want to make sure to be supported if we don't feel safe in this pose, not supported. We want to make sure to always keep the spine supported, never moving the head or the neck too much, just like in our bridge pose, anywhere where we're putting a lot of weight onto the shoulders and the neck. And in this supported pose, you really want to think about getting the ankles over the knees and the knees over the hips. A lot of people are always here in this pose, and we really want to use the core and engage Mula Bandha to keep everything in line. If you want to take this to plow, you can start to work the feet behind you, connecting your feet to the floor, and then it is safe to release the hands. This is Halasana, plow pose. If you want to find Padasana, you can start to work the knees by the ears. And to come out, we want to go right back the way we came. Bring the hands to the back. Find that plow pose first. Lift one leg and then the other. And then lower one leg and then the other. Release the hands. Lower the hips. We're going to counter with a fish pose. Couple options. So you can use your blocks for fish pose. What we want to do is you can either use one block between the shoulder blades and rest your head on your mat, or if you need a second block to rest your head on, you can keep the one between your shoulder blades higher to really get that arch to the spine, or if you need them both on the same level, that's okay too. I like to just use one block, but I'll show you. You want your first block to be long ways to really just rest in between the shoulder blades, and then your head will rest on your other block. Or you can get rid of that block altogether if your head reaches your mat. If that is too intense for you, if you have a yoga blanket or even a skinny bolster or a pillow, you can align that long ways and recline this way, or you can even use that this way to just rest over, bringing your elbows to the top part of your blanket or your bolster and recline back that way. And then coming out of your supported fish pose, you can remove your props. If you want to stay in that pose for your Shavasana, you're also welcome to do that. If you need to pause this video to set up for Shavasana in any way that you see fit, you can. If you want to light some candles, if you want to burn some incense, play some music. I leave you here. Take a big breath in and exhale, let it go. Valentine's Day is often a time to focus on loving others. But we can't forget about self-love and self-care and taking care of our bodies and our minds and our wellness. We spend so much time criticizing ourselves. We spend so much time focusing on each flaw, everything we wish we could change. So I invite you, as you end your practice today, whenever you're coming out of Shavasana, if you need to pause this to take a few more deep breaths, you can. And when you're ready to come out of Shavasana, start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And when you feel ready, rolling off to one side, finding a fetal position. And I always end my group classes with taking a moment for gratitude. And today I want to take a moment for love. You took time out of your day to come here, to give your body and your mind a little extra love today. Take a moment to give your body some love for everything that it does. And finally, think of something about yourself that you love. It doesn't have to be physical. It could be the fact that you're kind, or the fact that you're generous,
or the fact that you're loving. And if you want to think of something physical, a physical attribute of yours that you love as well, give yourself all the love you deserve today. And with the eyes closed or the gaze soft, use your hands to guide yourself back up to an easy seat. Bringing our hands to the earth beside us, we'll inhale to lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Namaste.